Hello. So it's been a hot minute since I've done a video, but there's a few things in the pipeline, which is why I haven't been doing these very much. One of them, a hint, is on my chest right now. That'll be coming very soon. But yeah, we've had a big update on the Avengers game, which, as you know, I love, and Hawkeye's been added. As you can see, we've got a whole new lineup, post-apocalyptic background. So I just thought I'd give you my first impressions, what he's like, and yeah, let's see what he's all about. So we'll go to his storyline, I guess. He got added about 2 days ago. I've been playing him for a couple of days just to get used to him, and really enjoying him. Actually, he's very different to Kate Bishop, which I quite like. All the characters feel different in this, which is great. So yeah, this is Hawkeye. This is the sort of, I guess, his like standard outfit for this. This is what we saw him in the Taking Aim Kate Bishop DLC, and yeah, so helicarrier hasn't much changed. This is the PS5 version, so it's all sparkly new graphics, and a dog. Yep, his dog is now safe and sound on the helicarrier. Any game where you can pet a dog, I'm in, basically. So yeah, that's obviously the most important addition to the game so far. But yeah, if you're looking over here, you got his new challenge card. So that's as far as I've got with it at the minute. I had a few credits left over from Kate Bishop's side. I unlocked like a couple of bits here, and then the rest of it I'm just doing my challenges. But we've got some great stuff added on here. I won't spoil it by going any further, but here's some of the costumes you can get. So this is the one that you start off with. So when you highlight things now, it actually shows you the costume, which is great. Whereas before you had to preview it. So that's the standard one. That's the one that I've unlocked from the challenge card. And then down here we've got some of the ones that you get through the challenge card, like this one, and obviously the one that everyone wants, which is the Ronin skin, where he's his little ninja self. Still a bit strange that the bow and the quiver sort of, well, the bow itself is still purple, but the quiver's, fits with the costume. But yeah, that looks great. So I'm quite looking forward to unlocking that one. There's a purple one that you can buy on the marketplace though. I'm hoping that goes down in price because the marketplace is still quite expensive. But maybe I'll just use the credits that I get from this to get those. But yeah, loads of different ones, loads of different Hawkeye costumes, and obviously Old Man Hawkeye from the DLC itself that you actually play in the story in Future Imperfect. So yeah, there's a sneak peek at some of his costumes. Obviously you get the usual emotes, which we haven't got any yet. Got some takedowns, and your nameplates, all ones that we haven't unlocked yet. But yeah, so not much has changed in terms of the helicarrier. And let's go into his training mission, just so you can see what he's like. Now, I usually play this on the PS4, on my PS4. This is my other half PS5, so I'm still getting used to the fact that it loads so bloody quickly. Usually I've sort of got time to think about stuff, or just reply to a text or something if it's a loaded screen on a PS4. But yeah, this is great. So Razer Arrows, which is obviously his melee, his ranged attack, which is just like Kate Bishop. You can do rapid fire. Cool thing about Hawkeye, he can wall run like Captain America. I just found that out. So we just got to do a combo of arrows. There we go. That's your first one. So this is all pretty basic stuff, but I thought it'd be quite nice for people to see what he's all about. So that's your first arrow type. Second arrow type is your cluster arrow, which is a bit like Kate Bishop's one, where you sort of shoot 3 arrows, but now you can shoot them with added things like electricity, like I've got there. That's just from one of the gear pieces that I picked up. So The more you hold them... Oh, we've got to take down. Let's do that. Fancy. So the more you hold it down, the wider the spread and the more power you put into it. Otherwise they're just going to shoot like that. But they're a lot slower than Kate Bishop. Another takedown, show you. Do like that one. Next arrow is your pulsar one, which is a bit like the Kate's, but you can blow it up. So it does blink and then eventually blow up anyway. But it does take a while, so you can plug them with plenty of these and then play them, which is great. And then back to the Razer Arrows. So that's your 3 arrow types already. So countering attacks is good. So his normal attacks are obviously like that, and you've got your strong attacks, which is like that. I do like him catching his sword there, that's quite fun. You've got normal dodges, and he just kind of slides around. Does a little roll, which is quite fun. And his normal jump. You've got attacks like that. And his intrinsic, my bad. There we go. So now we've got to just parry the attacks. And when he parries, he hits them with an arrow, which is quite good. You can unlock a move after that as well, where when you parry, you, I think press square and you jam an arrow into their head. And I'm all about that, so I'm going to unlock the back next, I think. So overcharge the intrinsic meter by attacking these guys and not getting hit in the face, which I just did. And there we go. It's all about the ducking and diving, I guess. Takedown. There we go. So even though he's got the same kind of weapons as Kate, he does play very differently, which is quite nice. And he does grapple like Black Widow, which is fun. So yeah, and as I mentioned, you've got the wall run like Cap, which is very handy. You can unlock a skill to grapple to them, like Black Widow as well. So like that. But so one of his heroic moves, I guess his special moves, is that you can shoot an arrow to the ground. It gives off these nanites on the ground that heal you and anyone around you. Very handy. So, which is like this. So you get big green cloud, big cloud of energy, and that heals everyone. Nightstorm arrow, I think mine have got electricity on them now because I've upgraded them, but you'll still see what they're like. So you just aim like that, area of effect, and should load up so I can actually hit them with it. I've also unlocked this skill, which is quite fun, like homing arrows, which I tend to use a lot. Here we go, right. So now you'll see, well, that's like, you defeat them using Nightstorm. Probably isn't going to happen, because they're just getting electrified. If you go into the menu in here, go into your skills, you can actually change this. So this is one of the things about his Nightstorm arrow that you can do. You've got electricity, you got hailstorm, which is just adds a cryo effect that freezes them, slows them down, and then this one, which is quite fun, but it looks a bit overpowered. It's like a tornado of flames, which is pretty impressive, but I don't think it suits Hawkeye personally. I think it's something that I'd expect to see out of, you know, maybe Doctor Strange, something like that, but yeah. It's there. He seems very overpowered, basically, but it's not a bad thing when you're, you know, fighting crazy enemies and lots of them. So obviously in this game we've had some more news. So we know that Black Panther's coming out later this year, and there was like a teaser trailer, which is great. And also they've released a roadmap finally, so we kind of know what's coming. There's a few more bits and bobs that are going on, and they are releasing MCU skins. I'm not too fussed about them. I know a lot of people are, but they're still going to have, you know, the likenesses of the characters in this game. They're not going to have the actors' likenesses, and why should they? This is a game more about the comics, I think, than the movies. But yeah, I know a lot of people out there are looking forward to that. So yeah, fair play to them. And if the skins look cool, you know, maybe I'll grab one if the prices are a bit better. Oh, getting beaten up. Let's try. Fire. There we go. Yeah. Bye, guys. So that's your fire one, which looks cool. But as I say, it's not something that I would particularly think really suits Hawkeye. This one's great. So this is your ultimate move, and it just shoots an arrow, whizzes around the room, hitting everyone in sight. It reminds me very much of Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's great, especially if you're just absolutely mobbed with really high-class enemies. And I've currently got 2 arrows that shoot because I've upgraded it, so check it out. I like how dramatic it is as well when he actually draws the bow. Look at that. There you go, and they just whiz around. You take everyone out wherever you're walking. Now we've got waves that we can deal with. Go. So that's the training mission from Hawkeye. That's his arm challenge. That's the robots running away because they know that I'm going to plug them with arrows. So that was pretty cool, and that shows you a little bit of his gameplay. And we'll do a mission as well just to see what it's like. I'll show you the wasteland. But yeah, so far really satisfied with this. I have completed the story. I would say the story for Hawkeye isn't as long as Kate Bishop's. It's still a lot of fun, and I do love the new area that we've got, the wasteland, the sort of post-apocalyptic area is very cool. It's got some nice little surprises and little hidden areas in it. But otherwise, yeah, I'd say it's a little bit shorter. Definitely could have done with like a little ending to it. But let's have a look at this one. Yeah, let's do this little drop zone here. Now you'll notice how quickly it loads. So go into the Quinjet as usual. And I got my team.
Greetings, Avengers. I have located an area rich in Kree data you and your SHIELD allies will no doubt find interesting. The area is unsafe, but I believe you will find the rewards outweigh the risks. There are many battlefields in the future wastelands with the remains of fallen Kree giants. I'm positive we'll find something useful.
So as I mentioned before, usually when I play Avengers and I've completed the story and I'm just playing the levels or just playing with friends, I do have a playlist that I've made just full of like loads of kick-ass tunes, all sorts of music, and it kind of catered for all of the characters as well, all the characters in mind. I'm just going to pop the subtitles on because I just realised that that's not on here. So let's pop those in so that everyone can read what's going on as well.
Have been transmitted.
I've got unspent skill points. Do I though? Oh yeah, I've got 3. Yeah, we'll sort those out later. That's fine. Right, so this is the wasteland, and there's obviously the usual question marks, which are other points of interest and other things to look at. And there's my team, so I've got comic book accurate Kate Bishop and Black Widow, and then Thor in one of his game outfits.
I'm detecting Kree records nearby.
That did not work with the subtitles. Ah, that's because they're off. There we go. So,
Is that really necessary?
you can charge up. You've also got that little timed
I almost
prompt,
feel bad for them.
which gives you a chance for a critical hit, but these guys are just dodging everywhere. Just rude. Okay, so you can zip to them like Black Widow can. So you notice this is a hand of one of the sort of Kree, I guess like sentinels, like a celestial. They look like sentinels,
Location should be just up ahead.
but they were from the end of the story.
All for me?
Shoot some of these guys. So I currently have this on performance mode. I don't really know the stats to it or anything like that. But you know, it looks great. It plays pretty smoothly, and I'll probably put it into graphics mode. But it's cool. I'd rather it be really nice and smooth for now. Maybe have to play with it later. Get some health on the go. People are shooting over it. Right, so we've got to destroy these things. Got other ones of these to destroy. See if these cluster arrows do any more damage. So anyway, as I mentioned, usually play with a playlist. I will pop the link in the description in case you want to check it out. A few people have checked it out already and seem to quite like it, so yeah, feel free to have a look and see what you think. It works with quite a few games actually, not just this one. Especially good with racing games, strangely. Not that I play many of them, but yeah, that's what I'd usually be listening to. We've also got those sort of pulsar arrows that draw everyone in. It's quite handy. Ooh, I'm getting beaten up. It's electrical. Still got the firestorm on. Fair play. That did its thing. Get back here. Shoot with me and run away. Nice. Oh, Widow's down. So for anyone that's interested, this is obviously the performance mode. we can change it to the graphics mode, so that obviously gives you a breakdown on what you're getting. So highest performance, highest quality, so you can just have a look at the higher quality graphics, which makes things a little bit sharper, I think. And the game is just a little bit less smooth because obviously I guess all the concentration is not on the actual performance and the running of it, but it looks great either way. So where's this last thing that I've got to beat up? Ah, okay. Nice. There we go. It's opened up stuff down there. Walk through a pane of glass.
Analyzing records. These fallen giants appear to be labeled as Kree centers.
Leveled up.
Interesting. I'll gather more data on our way.
Like loads of skill points by the end
I
of
have
this.
located the Kree battle records. Marking the location now.
Make sure that there's no little boxes everywhere. And there is. There's always a box. So on the left hand side you'll see the little radar. That is the radar that's going to lead us to all the info that we need. So they're basically trying to find Nick Fury. I won't spoil where he is or when, but yeah, it's worth playing the story to figure it out or find out at the end. It's good. Let me change the arrow type that I've got again back to my electric ones, just because that fire one just seemed to be a bit much.
They don't stand a chance.
Whoa, that's rude. Like the fact that Thor's hitting with his hammer to just beat the crap out of him. It's always handy.
There we go.
Right, so now you could probably see the area of effect healing. Heal everyone. You see all these little nanites that heal you while you're in this space. It's very handy, especially when you're trying to defend a certain area. It gives you a little bit of time to sort your health out. So this is the future. Obviously a future apocalypse has happened. There's a Kree spaceship there. The fact that they mention the Kree a lot is quite promising. I'm hoping that Captain Marvel turns up sooner rather than later. She's one of my favourite characters, so it would be really nice if they could include her
Our
next.
area of interest is nearby.
Hint, hint. Yeah, people are starting to appear. Teleport guys are so annoying.
Still got it.
Nice. Oh, where's this guy go? Yeah, he's dead. Proper dead. see all the targets. This is probably a good time to do this. So yeah, ridiculously handy special move because it just targets everything. Well, whoa. Heal everyone. Let's attack this. Double team it. I really like about the fighting those big mech things is that you can sort of take it on yourself and do like a sort of finisher which takes off some of its energy, or if you hold it and wait until another character comes along and helps you and you sort of double team it, then it takes it out. That'll just take all of its energy, which is great. Or if like what just happened with Black Widow, she was holding it and I got in there and helped and we both killed it. I think it's quite cool. It reminds me of the sort of fusion moves that you used to do in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, and I suppose in 3 as well, I guess. I wasn't a massive fan of Ultimate Alliance 3. It kind of looked like a mobile game, and just found bits of it like ridiculously difficult for no reason as well. I don't know. It didn't really hold my interest as much as the second one. Let's get stuff out of these boxes. So apparently very soon there's going to be like an overhaul to the loot, which is quite cool. So the coffee lady on the helicarrier that usually sells all the outfits and wares and things has been sort of stripped back because that's being changed apparently as well. So there's going to be a bit of a shake-up with all the things that you get. I've recently had a few friends pick up this game and try it, and all of them absolutely loved it. Like I've said before, I've never really sort of listened to all the haters and the bad press and stuff like that. It had a rocky start, and I won't deny that. Got stuff to say. Let's leave. Yeah, it had a rocky start, but I have to admit, it's so much fun to play. Really addictive. It's great to play in a team as well if you get your mates together. And there is so much endgame content. The amount of people that say that there's no content for this it just blows my mind. There's so much to do, and you realise when you finish the story just how much stuff there is to do. All the challenge cards, iconic missions, faction missions, all sorts. I mean, yeah, some of the levels might look similar, or even be similar, but that's what video games are. They're repetitive by nature. So I don't really see some of the hate that this game gets as being particularly warranted. And I know there's some YouTubers out there who make weekly videos about how much they hate this game, like they have done since its release, which I find bizarre. I can't think of anything worse than making constant content about something that I don't enjoy. So make of that what you will. But I really enjoy this, and I'd say if you're a Marvel fan, check it out. Especially if you're a fan of the comics, because it does have a lot of stuff from the comics, especially like outfits and things like that. And it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to play. And yeah, make of that what you will. But a few of my friends who were a bit skeptical about it picked it up recently and really liked it. And one of them were actually like playing with sort of regularly now. So there you go. These little explodey dudes. Oh, thanks, Kate. That was nice.
You are not alone.
So if you can see up there, that is a giant celestial head. I'm guessing they're the Celestials. That's what I'm thinking they are anyway. Right, so we've got to defend this area. People are gonna come and knock us out.
Coming. I'll get to everyone.
Back in. So some of these pop up in the game where you just have to defend this little area while the file downloads or does what it needs to. The area is quite small, so whenever you do a takedown, usually you end up rolling and go jumping out of it, but it's not too bad and it adds a bit of pressure on as well. So I quite like them, but I know a lot of people aren't massively keen on them. I think my favourite kind of mission is a vault mission, which I think I've showed on this channel before, but I really enjoy them and I hope they do more of them. There's loads of people around, so set this up. Ping around everywhere and kill everyone. Whoa, that's rude. I need to take back. Let's heal everyone while we're at it, just in case. Grenade. See what I mean? Instantly jumped out of that. Good. That might defend the area. Come on. Stuck between everyone. That was a lot. Oh, double drop, nice. Let's get in. Shoot everything off. I just have to secure the area. Take these little guys out. So this is his singular robot takedown. Which takes quite a lot of health off them, but like I say, not everything. Yeah. Blaming me. Secure the area. Who else is around? Come on, where you at? Little guy up there.
These fallen sentries are fitted with auto-repair functions and capable of light-speed communications. The Kree are more advanced than expected. All worrying.
Next.
I'm detecting more hostiles nearby. Be careful, Avengers.
So usually when I do these levels, I would be going to all of the question marks and the points of interest to pick up a loot and stuff, but just to show you guys, I thought it'd be easier just to crack on with the main stuff. Next, over here.
Hope you're in the mood for a fight.
I think it'd be fun to change his outfit as well, just because we can. Yeah, let's go for that one for a hot minute.
Alright, bring it on.
Set this up and tough them all up. Bit of a waste, but whatever. Right, I also like the fact that you can swing on these branches. with his line like Black Widow, but he looks a little bit more like Spider-Man, so that gives me a hint that that may be what Spider-Man's going to be able to do when he arrives in the game. And my ultimate's still flinging around trying to kill people.
We're not alone here.
So, a high value target over there.
Challenge accepted.
Thinking it was still not handy. Stop shooting me.
The chest with gear close by.
You got it. I'm not in great shape.
There we go. And he's dead. Some health. Crack on.
They were no match for us.
So I really enjoy this wasteland. It's got a bit of a like Fallout 76 kind of vibe to it. All those good post-apocalyptic tropes that we get of all the knackered cars and things that tires that are still burning for some reason. Yeah, it's cool. I like this. So I'm guessing we're going to get some more levels from it as well.
I'm detecting a large quantity of enemy signatures.
Yeah, you reckon? There's a lot of enemy signatures. Good. Well, something I haven't shown yet is the famous Hawkeye Boomerang arrow, which he throws out, talks about it a lot in the comics, apparently. Not that I read the Hawkeye comics that much, but there you go. Yeah, so there's, that's a move that you can unlock and then upgrade so that when he catches it again, he sort of blind fires out like that. Let's shoot this off. Nice one. Show you that.
Hours of
There you go. Chaotic. It's had a lot of enemies. Nope. Okay. Rush you. Nope. Ooh. Whee! That's quite funny. There's too many enemies on the ledge, so I just spun around. Get me to there we go. Let's get involved.
Records indicate these giants were constructed over 10,000 years ago. This data is extremely valuable.
That's it.
Avengers.
It's a whole level done as Hawkeye. Kind of skipped some of the side stuff, but he's a lot of fun to play, as you can see. I'd definitely say check out the story between Kate and Hawkeye as well. If you can play them one after the other, if you haven't played it yet, then definitely do so. They follow on quite well. It's quite a good little rapport between the two characters as well. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this and looking forward to seeing what I can do to level him up.
Thank you for your continued support.
and looking forward to the stuff that's coming out as well. Should be good. And don't forget, obviously, to do all the YouTube things. Like the video because it helps it out. Comment below what you thought of the character and what you're thinking about the game. And also, obviously, subscribe as well, which is quite nice because it means that you can see more of the stuff that I'm putting out. I've got some really cool stuff lined up. I got more lists like I did with the horror games list, so if you haven't seen those yet, I did my top 20 horror games, and that was quite fun. I really enjoyed that, so I'm going to do more of those. More reviews as well. I've got a Mortal Kombat video coming very, very soon, because obviously we've got the movie next month, which I'm very excited about because that is one of my favourite franchises of all time. I do have an X-Men video coming. I've got a video about co-op games and some hidden gems, so yeah, stay tuned. And there's a little bit of a revamp and a refresh to the channel that's coming very soon as well, which I'm really excited about, and some of my friends have really nicely put together some great stuff for it, so that's quite exciting. But anyway, yeah, I hope you liked the video and enjoyed a little bit of Hawkeye. I'm off to spend some skill points and use some gear and try and level him up a bit more. I'm going to carry on. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.